was added called a blade, which is even closer to the sun than Moho, are harder to get to. Because you need to get very close to the sun, and that actually takes an enormous amount of energy. You also want, yeah. I watched on the Kerbal Dev Team Tumblr. There was a video of someone who managed to land on a blade. Although he didn't show the rocket he used to get to a blade. He only showed the landing on a blade with some kind of which I think is still a very big rocket, which makes me wonder what is the gargantuan size of the rocket that he built to get there. I know it is possible to make very big rockets with KSP. You see this guy who has something with nipples, Robas. You see Robas making these gargantuan rockets all the time, so it's definitely possible. But no, there's a certain flair to doing this with doing it with a smaller rocket. But yeah, let's see if we can get an encounter with no, not Joker. No. Yeah, I have tried this before. That's the thing that you're seeing here. It went wrong though. I'll delete it if I'm able to. Yeah, you can have a look at it. It is a fair. It is a. No, let's make this. Let's make this the. Yeah, let's make a picture. Was it F3? No. No. F1, right? Yeah, F1. Okay. Okay. So, okay, pictures taken. Let's get to the Space Center and make sure we're able to target this distant, mysterious planet. No. Yeah, that's the one. Terminate. Which one do I want to kill? These two, right? Yeah, these two. And you. And let's continue. So yeah, he didn't show the rocket, but no, he managed to land on it. Which I don't think landing on that planet is the hardest thing to do. I think getting to the planet, because it takes around 20,000 delta V to get to the planet Ablade. You need to get low enough to the sun, which isn't that hard. But then circularizing at that altitude takes enormous amounts of delta V. And the rocket that you watched me launch contains 17,000 delta V, 17K. So if you ask me, that's quite an enormous amount, which yeah, enormous. But yeah, you want this thing to be give it a lead of 45 degrees. I have tried this. You want to give Ceres a lead of 45, although you have a very big window because, like I said, it has a very large surf influence. So it can be 70 degrees, it can be 30 degrees. It's a very big window. But you also, and that's the twist, and this is the twist I was talking about. You need to make sure that you encounter it at ascending or the descending node. These dotted lines. So you want it to move along a little, and this takes, by the way, an extremely long time. And this is why you have another mod that used to be standard with this one. I don't know why they didn't include it in this version, because it is a very important part of this mod. That is a bigger amount of time warp. I'm currently time warping at a rate of 10 million, and the standard amount is 100,000. So if you wanted to do this with the standard time warp capability, should be time warping, I think, for a day. I don't know exactly, but I think it takes days, if not weeks, if you wanted to do that. So don't do that. Yeah, and if you give the right lead, I think you can give it a little bit less than 45 degrees. Well, when you're done giving it its lead, and trust me, you have an extremely big window. You you get to this descending node over here. Goes nice and fast, and you blow it up. You just make the largest apple webs you've ever seen. This will be absolutely redonkulous, trust me. Redonkulous, yeah. You'll need time warp with this one. It takes 3k delta V, and I think I have 9k at the moment. Yeah, 9. And we'll lose 3, but we have tons to spare. This is, I think this is easily doable if you know what you're doing, and well, I think it's not that hard. Well, I don't know. I don't think I would be able to do this on my first time. You know, I wasn't even able to get like many other people to get things into orbit. Which the main mistake I made, and I think a lot of other people make, is adding more fuel. But instead of adding more fuel to lower stages, you add it to higher stages, and that's what kills you. Adding fuel to higher stages, you want to add fuel to lower stages. You want each stage to contain about 20% or less of the fuel of the previous stage. So that's the rule of thumb I keep. 20% of the previous 20% of the fuel of the weight of the previous one. That gets you very efficient rockets. And I know all the scientists of NASA who are all watching this video, of course, are all screaming at me because, oh well, what the hell you're saying? It's 34.924%. Well, nah, they don't do that. Ooh, the web is not going to the right. I think it needs to be more over here. It's going at wrong. I need to get it a little bit. It needs to go to the left. So I need to point a little bit more to the sun. Because otherwise fuel will be lost. And we don't want that. But it's going back to the right direction now. We need to keep those apple weapons in line. If we don't do anything about it, soon they'll be all running around everywhere. No, we don't do that. There's also another thing you want to consider when you're going to this far and distant planet, star, which for some reason is orbiting the sun. It is lighter than the sun. I think about 1,000 times lighter. But oh yeah, what I was saying, it doesn't produce any light. The star doesn't produce. No, it has other graphics of producing light, but it doesn't actually produce light. And solar panels won't work because it's just like with euros. If you go to the mall and you pay €1 and 2 cents, it gets rounded down to €1. That's the same thing that happens here. The amount of energy you create is so abysmally small that it gets rounded down to actually nothing. So you don't produce any electricity. So you have to use these nukes, these PB nukes. Yeah, you've got to use them. You've got to use them nukes, bro. It's all about them nukes. Because I learned this the hard way, but it actually kind of makes sense. I think